evening, viewer. Welcome to our Glory Globe TV. Here is the breaking news from Rome, Italy. Yes, the key campaign promise that brought Giorgia Meloni and her far-right coalition to power in a landslide victory in last September's election was a vote to do what no one else had done before. Stop migrant boats using Italy as a gateway into Europe. Rocco Navalny, her social media crammed, complete with photos of overcrowded smuggler ships. On the campaign trail, she promised to halt all migrant boats from landing on Italian shores, no matter who was on them and what drove them to risk their lives. Her first 100 days in office were deemed a success. She was nowhere near as far right as some had feared, and the multilingual career politician was at edge to global world leaders. Liberal European leaders stood to gain from the prospect of Meloni's promise to stop the boats, and many hoped that could pull it off. Conservatives like Hungarian leader Viktor Orban hailed her win and thanked her to protecting Europe's border. She even managed to bring wily coalition partners Matteo Salvini and Silvio Berlusconi in line despite differences over the war in Ukraine. Meloni rode out several storms, including Berlusconi's admitting he had rekindled his romance with Vladimir Putin after Putin sent over Russian vodka for his birthday. She speared with Salvini over how to handle the energy crisis and his own affection for Putin. By late January, she seemed unstoppable. Then the boats started coming and coming and coming. By April 21st, more than 35,000 people had arrived by boat, a number more than 3 times higher than the year before. By contrast, just over 4,000 people have arrived in the UK so far this year across by boat from France. A recent poll showed that support for Meloni's Brothers of Italy party, which won elections with 34% of the vote, has fallen to just over 29% in opinion poll. Some believe that no one ever expected her to be successful stopping boats, so the drop in the polls reflects other issues, including her continued support for Ukraine and her relationship with China. Italy has signed up to China's Silk Road project, an ambitious global infrastructure scheme some analysts view as a worrying sign of growing Chinese influence. Migrants said the European Union are high on our watch list, but there are other issues that threaten her more. Francesco Galati, founder of Policy Sonar, a Rome-based political risk consultancy, told CNN he wrote this analysis after the election. Meloni will not be crippled by migrants, but if she cannot opt out of the Silk Road agreement with China and do it firmly, then she will not get an invitation to the White House. But not everyone is ready to give her a pass on migration. This is a serious issue. I think this is the most relevant crisis that she is facing and the most relevant challenge for her government now. Giovanni Orsina, director of the School of Government at Lucio Guldocali University in Rome, told CNN, adding that she is addressing migration on 2 fronts: by putting pressure on Europe and by taking it very seriously at home. He says to most Italians, the migrant crisis is still something they hear about, not something that impacts them directly. The turning point is when the migrants stop headlining the news and start becoming the people in front of their homes. You find them in the streets and squares in small Italian towns, then it becomes existential, not abstract. Irregular migration into Europe has been one of the most divisive problems in the bloc for years, but blocking boats on the last leg of the journey to Europe is essentially addressing a symptom of problem, not the problem itself, Hanni Barnes, director of the Migration Policy Institute Europe, told CNN. Behind the report, Glory Globe TV, Delhi, India.